My girlfriend told me to stop wearing a dead girl's scrunchie. I looked at her like she just spat on a grave. It was the morning of my best friend's death anniversary. I had the day off. Same day, every year. I wear her old scrunchie on my wrist, bring flowers to her grave, sit for an hour, talk to her like she never left. That's the promise I made. But that morning, my girlfriend stood in the doorway, arms crossed, saying, "Don't you think it's time to stop? It's getting kind of pathetic." Pathetic. The word hit me like a punch. See, when I was a kid, my best friend, Emma, lived next door. We did everything together. Same school, same bus, same stupid inside jokes. In middle school, when everyone started dating, we laughed about it and said we'd marry each other just to one-up everyone. I made her a ring out of a soda can tab. She gave me her favorite blue scrunchie. That was our deal. And then, a few weeks later, she got hit by a drunk driver. She spent 2 months in the ICU. Tubes everywhere. I visited every day after school. She barely opened her eyes anymore. Then one day, she did. Weak, but smiling. She whispered, "Promise me you'll come visit me on our anniversary. Every year. Wear the scrunchie so I know you didn't forget." That was the last thing she ever said to me. She died that night. So yeah, every year since, I go. I wear the scrunchie. I sit by her stone. I talk to her about my life, the stupid things that happened that year, how she'd laugh at them. It's not some creepy obsession. It's my way of keeping a promise. When I first started dating my girlfriend 4 years ago, I told her everything. She said it was sweet, said she respected it, even smiled when she saw the scrunchie once. But now, 10 years later, she stood there like she'd been holding in resentment all this time. "You're still doing that?" she said. "You're literally celebrating a fake marriage with a dead girl. It's weird, okay? People move on." My stomach turned. She was my best friend, not my girlfriend. Then why wear her scrunchie? Why take the whole day off work for her? Because I made a promise. Yeah, well, promises to dead people don't count, she snapped. I froze. She grabbed her bag, muttering, "You know what? Do whatever you want, but don't expect me to be here when you get back." And she left. I sat there in silence, that stupid little blue scrunchie in my hand. For a second, I almost didn't go. Almost. But I did. I drove to the cemetery. Windy day, cold. I walked to the spot I'd been visiting for a decade. Her name carved deep in stone. I laid down the flowers. The scrunchie on my wrist felt tighter than usual. I sat, talked, told her everything. About work, about my girlfriend, about how maybe this year would be the last time. But then I stopped, because the idea of stopping made me feel sick. This wasn't some childish ritual. It was the only part of her I had left. When I got home that evening, my girlfriend was back. She was on the couch, arms folded, face cold. "Did you go?" she asked. "Yeah, you're unbelievable," she muttered. "Do you realize how embarrassing this is? You sitting in a cemetery talking to your imaginary wife?" That's when something in me snapped. She wasn't imaginary, I said quietly. She was real, more real than anyone I've ever known. "Oh, please, you talk like she was some saint." "She was my friend," I shouted. "She was 12 years old when she died because some idiot decided to drive drunk. You think I should just forget her because it makes you uncomfortable?" Her eyes widened. "You're yelling at me over a dead girl?" I took off the scrunchie and held it up between us. "You see this? This isn't about her being dead. It's about me keeping my word. Something you clearly don't understand." She scoffed. "You're insane." I laughed. "No, I'm loyal." She stood up, grabbed her purse, and hissed, "You know what? Maybe you should just marry her for real." I looked her dead in the eyes. Maybe I already did. She froze. For a second, she looked almost scared. Then she stormed out, slamming the door so hard the frame shook. The apartment went silent. I sat there for a long moment, the scrunchie still in my hand. Then I slipped it back on my wrist and whispered, "Happy anniversary, Em." The